shall reverse a roundabout.
My good friend is my snack.
Ha!
Holla.
Ha! We've decided we've got some sort of atmospheric pressure-y sort of odd thing in the weather.
No, it's all coming in from Ohio.
How dare they?
I know, but it was on either side of us.
Yeah, so we're stuck in the middle.
Right.
Some sort of stuff.
I read this whole thing on the horse slaughter problem.
Uh-huh.
It's a complicated problem.
Very much so.
I think what they are not looking at is the ultimate. It's going to die. They're going to die. People are going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But those trucks that go to Mexico and Canada are terrible. They pack them in. Some of them fall. They're all banged up, and they spend how many hours? 18 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Getting transported in dreadful conditions. And that is bad. Much better off that they be dead and packed in the way they're going to get packed in anyway.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is they have to process that. They put them in holding pens on the other side because they have to make sure if they're for consumption, they have to make sure that they've had them long enough that the antibiotics or any medications out of their system. So it's kind of brutal, really.
Yeah. Even for dog food?
I think, well, it depends.
They have to be quarantined.
Well, I think they have to blood test.
Oh.
You know, to make sure that you're not passing on like ivermectin or whatever. It's it's a real.
It's awful.
It's cruel. It's just downright cruel.
And so
You know what it's like when you see them at auction. How terrified they are at auction.
Yeah.
And by the time they get to the auction that Janina and I go to, that's not their first auction. They've travelled through the country, going to these auctions, back on these trailers, off the trailers. Yeah. It's
terrible.
It is, but
terrible. But banning the slaughter is not the answer.
No, because it's the same thing with dogs.
With what?
With dogs, we've got so many. We've bred so many. Owners don't take long-term responsibility for them. And then what do you do with them? Because, it's really difficult.
There is a problem when you have a 1,000-pound lump of something. What the hell? I do know that the last horse we took out of here was what, $600, $700?
That was only the euthanization.
No. This was to take it out. Just the truck.
Right. When we're moving them, for us, it's $850. And the other problem you have is it used to be, because what we do is we have them buried, and it used to be, remember, you could have them buried in Massachusetts, that closed down. Then you could have them buried in New Hampshire, that shut down. So now what has to happen is the truck comes from Maine, transports them up to Maine, because there aren't any sites for big animals to be buried.
It's bad.
It's very bad. And I suppose the other option you have is cremation. You can imagine it's $1,500 basically. For a basic package, that's not with the euthanization, to cremate an animal. And you think what we bring in the broken down draft horses and the draft mules, so they're bigger and bigger. And it's like anything, you go to treat it. When you treat a regular sized dog, your vaccination is this. When you treat a Great Dane, it's 3 times the size of a regular sized dog. So the expenses just go up and up.
Well, this is out of Albany. It's out of New York.
Yeah.
Shame on New York.
Yeah, it's.
Janine did a couple articles either in the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal. It was impressive, where she investigated the carriage horses, and she did a good job and she analyzed the whole thing, and she's good at that stuff. And they put it in. So you look back, I don't know how, back a couple of years, but it was a good article.
Yeah.
But you got a problem.
And it's across species. You know, dogs don't have a very good go of it. Not sure they're great with cats, but definitely these big draft horses and mules. It's an absolute shame.
Speaking of big draft horses, that big Palomino sort of horse that's over, that's not a Belgian, is it?
The one in the bee barn.
The one out close to the road.
That's Olaf's horse.
I know it is. He doesn't ride it, does he?
She's in light work.
Oh.
Yes.
What? That? Now wait a minute. Right up, I'm back to when I ask a question and you give me an answer to something else. Here, let's try it again.
Yeah.
Is that a draft horse?
No.
It's not even half draft. What is it?
It's a very fancy, very pampered horse. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what.
Where do you get the Palomino from?
Don't know.
You get that from draft.
Well, you get that from, I would have said Dutch harness, but I'm not sure I would
not
Dutch harness with Belgians, but I'm not sure that I would like to suggest she's a draft horse. Let's not cause ruptions.
Where did he get it from?
No idea. I know nothing
So
about it.
It didn't come through the auction?
No.
What I was trying to do was, if that horse was well broke as a draft horse, I was going to go put the harness on it. I don't think. I probably shouldn't ought to do that.
I probably think we'll leave that for the moment. We could get into quite a lot of trouble.
Yeah, this guy that rides it apparently is one of the guys that wears the red coat up front with all the fancy people.
Yeah, we'll not cause ructions quite yet.
He wouldn't think it was funny to have dress.
No.
What a shame.
I know. She's a beautiful horse.
She is.
Yes, very stunning.
But when you get a draft horse out of Amish country and you get it back on its feet with something wrong with it, it's well broke.
Yes.
And it's not going to do anything wrong.
No.
Probably.
And the majority of the other animals on there are from Amish country.
Yeah. Amish are good.
Yeah.
Okay, next problem.
So that's what's we'll leave her for a few days. I'm not sure that would be a welcome home surprise. No.
Oh dear me.
This is from Sam Keys.
Okay.
Well, this one?
Oh, that's the one I'm looking for. Going.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, looky. Oh.
That's not what I thought it was going to be at all.
Thank you very much. We
need those, apparently.
We do. Apple nuggets.
Now that we're going to talk about them.
And apple snaps.
Apple snacks.
Lots of them.
Okay. Now, it's about the donkey and going on these jobs. I couldn't watch exactly because I was not in charge of the donkey today. I had dogs. And we had two trees that were well apart from each other. So I didn't get a chance to really study that donkey, but I'm thinking that if we work with that donkey and those cookies, or whatever they are, dog apple trees, and you throw one on the ground every once in a while just to keep it, he would stay right where you wanted him to. I'll bet you. You wouldn't have to have him hold him.
Could do.
It certainly worked that way when we were in the nursing home.
Yeah, I think the problem is he's a really nice donkey, and I don't think he would do anything.
No.
It's just, remember he was loose when he was in the tea tent, and he went in between the two tables.
Oh yeah.
Get stuck.
He got stuck?
Well, he didn't get stuck. There was a walker.
Oh.
So I think as long as he's got a clear way, he's fine. He's a lovely donkey.
He is a lovely donkey, but the people get so much more out of when they're loose.
Yeah, he's a nice boy. I wouldn't be worried about him.
Yeah, well, I think that he needs a little, what I would call training, because and I could sit there and just throw a little. I think that would work. I mean, I could train him here as well as anywhere else.
Yeah. Don't think he would be a problem. I think he's a really nice donkey. That's Frank. Frank.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I have my snacks.
So what did you do for the day? You disappeared off. We had an appointment at 10:15 and you weren't here.
I went to the job.
I know. You were supposed to be meeting me at 10:15 and I came to get you and you were away.
Oh! I was already gone.
I
I was
know.
having my feet bandaged.
I know.
Oh dear. Well, sorry I stood you up.
I was like, well, am I the one that got left behind? So I went out myself. By
Well,
myself.
on the way back, we did offer you a smoothie.
I know. I was in the supermarket, being super.
It was interesting down in the smoothie department.
Oh.
It's got to be Goldy at work, because I pulled the car up so that I could sit in the passenger seat, and there was a table right there, so they could all sit and talk. And along comes this guy, and he's Carlene. Turns out he's a guy that I gave a dog to a long time ago, way back in the first bunch of dogs, and he's had 3 of mine, and he lives in Topsfield. He's an old baseball player, I believe. I mean, a real one, like everybody knows his name type thing. And he went on and on about, why should you have things that should not be able to need more of this? Why aren't you out training dogs? And he went into it, and he's an interesting guy. Now, his child works somehow pretty well at the Museum of Science.
Oh.
And you have a child in that sort of nutty business, right?
Are you asking me if I've got a nutty child?
Well, the art bit.
Yes.
That connection is.
Yes.
She has one of our great big harlequins and takes it into the Museum of Art.
Oh.
That's what it is. I'm sorry, Museum of Art. She takes them in there every day.
Wow.
She has something to do with their schools or something. You know, this is a connection that somehow was made in heaven. And somehow we got it together.
Do they want us to take donkeys down?
Huh?
Do they want donkeys?
Well.
See the people you meet when you're out and about with the animals?
Yes.
And the amount of people that were asking us what we were doing with the pedicabs on Sunday.
I was watching those kids over there today, and thinking that they live on a flat straightaway. But I don't know how you could use the pedicabs there.
Yeah.
There's so many kids.
I know.
And so many adults. I don't see, but it was an interesting concept.
I'm sure it will come to us.
We'll figure something out.
Probably in the middle of the night. A flashing light.
Flashing lights. And Janine said something I had never heard, but it was really funny. I hope I have it right. There was a $1 bill, and he picked it up and gave it to her. And she very quickly said, do I have to dance for it, or can I keep it? or something like that. Just knocked me over. It was really funny.
Excellent. Well, maybe there's another
Right.
one never can tell.
Do I have to dance for it, or can I keep it? You know, it was a $1 bill. That was pretty funny.
Hey, what did they say about your legs?
This one got bandaged again. And this one I'm supposed to keep in a you know, the tight.
Yeah.
The tight thing. All day long, not at night.
Oh my goodness, you mean you have to take it off and put it back on in the morning?
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So at any rate, what happens when you get old?
I know. That sounds like super fun. Now, Now, here we go. What is happening? This is really weird. I don't know why the lighting and sound is much better, apart from the fact it's dull outside for the light. You know, because I think we get, at this time of night, I think the sun's making glare.
Yes.
So, yes.
Oh.
Now. Thank you, Carla. I don't know why the sound's working. It's just, it's the most bizarre thing. Yes, we are around the other side. That's why the monkey fists are over here. Because we're using the front camera and not the back camera, so it flips things.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to comment on my...
Well, the fact that we're not getting much longer and we haven't hit the floor.
I haven't hit the floor yet.
I'll have a word with you later.
I didn't do that today.
Oh dear.
I got a couple up here I have to finish off.
Yes.
You know? I just put them up there by mistake. Just put them there.
It's a problem. Yeah. Yes, Angus is doing well in his little halter. He's wearing a lovely pale blue halter. We're going to start on introducing the fact that he'll have a lead rope on it, and we might be going in a forward direction, not in fast circles.
Well, the first thing you need is a lead rope that long.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he's had a wee bit.
Yes, because you can't get a hold of the halter.
No.
You don't want to jump and grab.
No.
So you put on a tiny little thing that hangs down. And he thinks they're going to give him a cookie. Maybe you give him a cookie and grab the lead rope at the same time.
He is enjoying cookies, I can tell you.
They all do.
He's not adverse to cookies. He's quite. And the other nice thing is Maybelline comes over for cookies now if you're on the other side of the stall door. Yeah, she'll sit and take cookies, no problem. He comes, you know, Elvis is like, don't mind if I do. She's like, oh, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. So
as we get to the point where we can scratch her back, I think we got it made.
Yeah. I like Maybelline. I do. Yeah. Nick said this as well, Hilda. He says, put a little engine on the pedicab and then the uphills will be no problem. We might have to get a speed limiter on it though.
He was walking down the driveway. I never saw him come back. Where'd he go?
Nick? Just now?
No, a while ago.
Don't know. He's back in the house now.
I mean, does he go out for a walk?
Well, I suppose it's not sunbathing weather, so he's not on his beach. He's got to do something.
Anyway, I lost track of him.
I don't know where he is. I do let him out every now and again.
Really?
Just for a wee while. Unsupervised, yeah.
Whatever.
Oh. Oh. Adult tricycles. Oh yes, we've got to post the picture of Nick on his beach.
I didn't do that yet.
Yeah. And
I got it though. I'm working on it.
Carl digs holes on his beach though.
What?
Carl goes out and digs holes on his beach all the time. I mean, it's a problem. And then Janine reversed her car nearly over his deck chair.
Oh dear.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's problematic, very much so. But it's keeps him happy.
Okay.
So tomorrow is Wednesday, and I know there's something happening tomorrow. I can't for the life of me remember what. Trask.
Trask?
Yes.
We go there a lot.
Which one's that?
Huh?
Which one's Trask?
Peabody, out behind the school sort of thing. And
there's two doors you can go in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Trask's nice. I like all the people at Trask. They're very interactive. That's the lady. Oh, Mr. Birthday. That's the lady who gets really upset if Wanda doesn't come. She's
There's also a lady in the back corner there who's quite bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people as well, though.
Oh, yeah.
How many did you see today?
Oh, Lord. I've seen 100. I mean, it just kept coming and coming and coming. I wasn't even trying to count it.
No. And Trask keeps coming as well. You feel like they come out one door and then file off through another.
Yeah.
So that's quite exciting.
We have paperwork to do.
Yes, I know.
So hurry up.
Right, okay, hold on 1 second. What's for dinner? You've had your dinner.
I had my dinner. I'm into bowls. You order rice, and then you add to it what you'd like. You know, mushrooms, peppers, and onions, and shrimp, and some kind of sauce, and no broccoli.
Yeah, I know that.
I had a bowl made up for Janine. I put broccoli in it.
You're right. All the broccoli that would have been mine, put in hers.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
Oh, what animals did you take today?
Did I take? I had all the boys with me and her.
And Wanda?
I didn't have Wanda.
Did Janine take Wanda?
She had Wanda. But I had Carl and Larky. I also had Sizzle. So I took Sizzle into the hospital with me.
Yeah.
She never gets a chance. And the people in there wanted to meet her.
Yeah.
And she was perfect.
She's lovely.
She behaved perfectly with her feet.
Yeah. She's such a nice girl. And then you met them at the job.
We went back to the
so
job.
that was all 4 dogs. And then we had Frank. And who else did Janine take?
What?
Did she take Frank, the donkey?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Right. I'm not sure what.
She had a goat.
Did she have a goat?
We were outside. And she had Wanda.
Yeah.
And then I came along with the dogs. Yeah.
That's perfect. So there we are. So Janine is coming over so we can do paperwork.
Yeah.
Imagine making us work at this time of night.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
I started it already.
Well, should all have notebooks and then we can compare notes.
That's right.
So this is where we've gone wrong. So Carlene has already had her dinner, so she's set for the evening.
Oh.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made salad last night.
Oh.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Right, so we'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Bye.